guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Lauren and welcome to Beauty and the Bullies. So today I did this half cut crease look using the Tartlette in Bloom palette. It's so pretty. It's seriously probably my favorite palette that I got for Christmas, and I'm not really like a neutral person. Obviously you have to use neutrals for a lot of things, and that's probably why I love it so much. Sorry, it's messy. But like everything is just so buttery and perfect and just so pretty. So pretty. So anyway, I hope you guys like this look, and if you'd like to get it for yourself, then keep on watching. Guys, it's my new phone. Isn't it pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it so much. To get started today, I'm gonna be using my, oh god, if I can stop burping. I'm gonna be using my MAC Painterly Paint Pot just to prime my eyeballs. I'm using a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush. It's really just like a tiny stippling brush, and I really love it for priming my eyeballs because I have talons. I'm gonna take it all the way from my brow bone down to my lash line. Also gonna pull some into my inner corner and a little underneath, because you know I'm all about that smoke. Now that the eyes are primed, I'm gonna set that primer. I now like completely understand why everybody sets their primer, because everybody uses paint pots and they're really sticky. So I'm going to take Flower Child from this palette, just a really soft off-white. I'm gonna take it on a big fluffy brush and just dust it all over that shadow base. You can do this as crazy as you want. It don't matter, man. I'm a weird nerd, you guys. Okay. Next, I'm gonna be taking, where is it? Morphe Fluffy Brush and Sweetheart right here. I'm gonna be working mostly with the rosy shades. I'll probably dance around a little bit, but I'm gonna use this as a transition color and a primary crease color. Just right through here. I'm just doing slow, controlled windshield wiper motions. I'm pointing down so that the fluffy part is making kind of a hard line, and then see how these bristles stick out, so they blend it up basically for you. These shadows are so buttery. This is literally my favorite palette right now. I'm so incredibly impressed with it. I know I say that everything's beautiful and that I'm obsessed with all of it, but I'm obsessed with a lot of makeup. This is genuinely my favorite that I got for Christmas. Because like I can always get pops of color and stuff from elsewhere, but you're always going to need like a really good staple neutrals palette, and I feel like this is definitely that. If you don't like it, you're crazy, basically. So next, I'm gonna take Rebel on this brush. I think this is a base shadow brush, but it's one finger. But I like it because it's fluffy, and it's also tapered, so it's pinched, and you can do a little bit finer blending. I'm gonna take Rebel right here. It's a little bit deeper than Sweetheart, and I'm gonna turn the brush sideways and do a little bit more controlled blending. I'm doing little circular motions toward the outside, just windshield wipering it pretty low in the crease. I usually do the circles in places where, like if I set down the pigment and it started to look kind of patchy, or if I want to blow it out further, or if I don't really want to blend it that much, I just want to kind of diffuse the placement. That's whenever you do circular motions. I'm trying to talk more about what I'm doing with my brushes, because it's been requested to do like a whole video on my blending techniques, but it might take me a minute to get to that, so until then I'm just going to be trying to be really detailed like in everything that I do. I'm going to take some of that underneath as well, just a little bit. And then after that, we're going to leave the lower lash line alone until we come back to it later. be taking, where is it? This little accent brush. It's a Real Techniques brush as well. I'm loving these brushes, you guys. I didn't think that I was like missing out that much. I was. Now I know. Anyway, I'm gonna take Rebel. And I'm going to start drawing my cut crease part. I want it to look more round since I have almond shaped eyes. It probably won't look. Oh, there goes my phone. Since I have almond shaped eyes, it probably won't look quite as round as it does on other people. It's more of like a doe-eyed kind of half cut crease. It's really soft. I love it. You guys seem to love it on Instagram and Facebook yesterday, so I'm excited. So I'm going to start here, and instead of going like this sideways with the shape of my eye, I'm going to take it up first. I'm just roughly mapping out the area that I want this rounded cut crease to go in. I'm using short flicking motions to apply the product. I'm going to pull it back in, build that up a little bit more. And the way that I'm moving the brush, I'm holding it like flat with the direction that I'm going, and then to blend it out, I'm turning it this way. Ugh, focus for a second. Anyway, like up and down, and going back and forth that way to kind of blend it up a little bit. So you don't have to do as much blending with the fluffy brush. We're still gonna have to go in there, but. So again, up first. I'm also doing this with my eye relaxed and open because I like to be able to see where my cut crease is going to actually appear. I don't want to take it too low so that you can't see it when your eyes are open. So that's why I'm blending with open eyeballs right now. It's a really good habit to develop for whatever you're doing creases. Is to just try and do it with your eyes open as much as possible. I feel like that's something where you can lose a lot of whatever you're doing whenever you open your eyes, especially if you have hooded lids. That can be a real problem for some people. Alright, so I'm going to go back in that little fluffy thing and just kind of do really tiny light motions with the very tip of the brush. Just buff it out ever so slightly. Even though a lot of people don't care for this color because of the formula, I'm going to be using Funny Girl. It's so pretty. Like, if you get it to swatch right, it's just a really shiny taupe, and I love it. I love it a lot. In order to work with it, you generally have to lather your brush in some Fix Plus or a setting spray of any kind. And so after my brush is wet, I'm going to dip in there, really kind of work into the product, and then I'm going to take that right across the lid. I'm pressing my brush flat with the side, making a hard line against what I've done. I'm going to be as precise as possible because I don't want to lose that cut crease that I've already created. Again, I'm keeping it more round than my actual eye shape. This is hard for me. And the same thing. Make a harsh line and drag it up. And then in order to get really close to that line, I'm just patting right alongside it. As controlled as possible. But the lid is done. Let it dry a little bit. I'm going to take, I know this seems weird because it is a liner brush, but I'm going to take this fine liner brush. It's Real Techniques as well. I feel like I'm abandoning my Morphe. It's so sad, but whatever. I'm going to take Activist, just this deep chocolatey brown. It's so pretty. And I'm going to do some really fine detail work on the outer corner. So I'm going to take this and just using the tip of the brush. I'm not turning it sideways or anything because I kind of want it to be fluffy. Just doing tiny circles with this dark brown. Very important to knock off all the excess. If it's just your brush, you can blow it. I prefer to knock it off just in case I have something funky. Not about eye infections, friends.
Show 'em what you got.
Now that that dark color has been applied, I'm only going to blend one more time. I'm using my Morphe C shader brush, and I'm going to go back in with that initial crease color called Sweetheart. Bring a little bit more pink back into it, and I'm just dabbing a tiny bit of that on my, I guess, like a normal amount on my brush. And I'm going to buff that over that area, so that you can still see the depth, but it's not so harsh. So it all kind of melds together. Just kind of going gently through, swiping and circular motions, kind of alternating between the two. For the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with my accent brush. And I'm going to take Rebel, and I'm going to pull it to about here, about halfway across. Take leader and take that a little less far across. About a quarter of the way across. And I'm trying to keep that a little bit closer to the lash line. And then with this Morphe straight across smudger brush, I'm going to take Activist. And I'm going to press that into the actual lashes. Pushing down first. I'm going to take that a little bit further in and then kind of flick through and really get in there. I'm also going to attach it to that outer corner like I do. Almost done. I'm going to take this Real Techniques detailing brush and the lightest color in this palette. This is Charmer. I'm going to use it to apply a brow bone highlight because it's a good shape for it. Yeah, I don't want that much fallout. And I can just press it right along underneath the brow bone and get a really precise highlight and drag it down a little bit. It's just a good shape brush for that. I also love using this brush for applying glitters. Since I am using kind of a powdery color for a highlight, I am dabbing first until I get most of the product off and then blending it out. Excuse me. I'm going to be stacking lashes today. I haven't worn these yet, but they both look like pretty. I'm using Ardell 101 Demis and Ardell 105. I guess they're wispies. They're not called wispies, but they're just Ardell 105s. And so basically I wanted the Demis for the density, and the 105s for length. So what I'm going to do, I did this a long time in a Halloween tutorial, but it's been a while, so figured I'd show you. I'm gonna peel off the demis. Doing this before I trim them so I can trim them all at once. I haven't worn either of these yet, so I'm gonna apply just the littlest bit of lash glue.
Show 'em what you got.
And then once you get it placed on top, they should look like that. So once you get the lashes on there, they should look like this top row. A lot more like something that I would wear, a lot heavier and more dramatic, but still long and wispy. So hopefully they look pretty on. I'm going to apply mascara and lashes off camera, and then I'll be back to do it. I'm going to apply this NARS stick pencil. I don't know what it's called. Raikugan or something. I have no idea. That might just be something else. But it's super pretty. It's a really pretty pinky nude, and I just wanted something a little bit softer today. Alright, and we're done. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I do plan to do a few more looks using this palette, probably a lot, just here and there. I like that it has a bunch of different undertones, and so you can do a bunch of different types of neutral looks that are still different from one another. But anyway, like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, leave a comment below about what you think and what you'd like to see next on my channel. What else? Oh, I am gonna start trying to post like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and do something different, like, I don't know, like a tutorial, a product review, and like, I don't know, like a vlog or something. So hopefully I can get my stuff together and actually do that. Sorry, phone. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.